Back in the 90s, there was a restaurant where we usually gathered to spend time, to have drinks and discuss about life issues. Now, most of the guys that gathered in the restaurants back then were guys who did not have visa, residence permit back then. So then, we had no jobs, nothing to do. All we did then was when the day broke, we, take our shower, eat, go to the restaurants to meet friends and discuss issues. There, I happened to meet so many people of African descent. So, I am somebody who don't hide my problems. So, I told people then I had no residence permit, no visa, nothing. So, a lot of, many other people also shared their own stories with us, with everybody. So, 4 years after getting married, I still did not get residence permit, no visa to stay. But then, as a smart man, I opened a company. Yes, I opened a company. Was running my company back then, but had no visa to travel, around. Now, the company I opened a company, and then I also opened a barber's shop where Africans gathered to have their haircuts, or where they usually come to have their haircuts. So when I opened this my barber's shop, I began by distributing my business card to everybody. Then I went to train stations, stood there, and shared my business card to people, African people, white people, everybody, to come patronize me. A lot of people came to patronize me back then. So my business was going well. I was making money, but I had no visa, I had no residence permit. One day, one of my customers, one guy that we usually gathered at a restaurant in Wien back then, or in a restaurant in Vienna back then, came to my shop. That guy was a customer to me too. He usually come during weekends to have a haircut. The guy came, sat down, and called me. He said he wanted me to help him do something. Then I gave him my attention. I said, please, what could I do for you? He said, bros. He said his wife was coming that weekend that he came to my shop. That was on Thursday he came. Like on Thursday, we were just approaching weekend. He said his wife was on her way to come for the first time to visit him, to start living with him. And he had no money with him. I said, wow. He said he has friends. And there was a friend, his closest friend, who promised to help him. And just 2 days before the arrival of the wife, he called his friend. This friend declined to help him, to give him the money he promised. The friend declined to give him the money he promised him. The guy was devastated. He was completely finished. So when he came to my shop, he almost cried. I now asked him, boy, how much is the money that the guy promised you? He said 2,000 shilling. That then, Austria was using shilling, the currency. Our currency then was shilling. He said 2,000 shilling. I asked him if that was all. He said yes, only 2,000 shilling. Then I was making money. Then I had a lot of, I was getting customers. You got the gist. I was getting customers. I was always loaded, had much money with me. I dipped my hand inside my pocket, brought out money, counted 2,000 shilling and gave it to him. The guy was shocked. The guy almost knelt down to thank me. He said he never expected I would do this for him. He said he never expected this from me. He said, boy, so you are good like this? I said, man, forget it. Because then I was loaded. Now he told me he was going to return the money in about 10 days time. He said he was going to return the money in 10 days time. 10 days passed. He did not return the money. He did not call me. 2 weeks, this guy did not return the money. He did not call me. A month passed. This guy did not return the money and he did not call me. I did not call him also. I didn't call him. I refused to call him. I didn't even remember it because I was making money back then. So after about a month and half, I saw the guy enter my shop one day. After a month and half, the guy showed up. He came to my shop. He said, boy, he said he was sorry for not keeping to time, not keeping his promise. Now, he dipped his hand in his pocket, brought out 2,000 shilling, the one I gave him, and paid me back my money. I was glad. So I now asked him to go to the fridge and take any drink of his choice, whatever he wanted to drink. I said, go take any drink, because then when you come to my shop, I had a lot of drinks. I always load my fridge. My fridge was always filled up with different kinds of drinks. So this guy went to my fridge, opened it, and collected beer, a can of beer. So after drinking the beer, the guy now said he wanted also to talk to me again. I said, wow, good. He now said I should come close to him. I went close to him. He asked me, have you gotten your residence permit? I said, no. I said, I haven't gotten it. He said, you don't have any visa? I said, I have no visa. I said, this then was after 4 years I got married, no visa. Now the guy, look at what the guy said now. He said, because I helped him, he said he would help me to get visa. I said, wow. How? An African man. He told me, he said, I should give him my number, I should give him my details. I gave him my details. He said he would be back. I said, bros, no problem. After a week, the guy came back. Now asked me to go to so place. I don't need to mention. I went there. I was instantly given residence permit after 4 years. Now, this came from an African man. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I never thought my breakthrough will come from that guy. After, he kept coming to me. We were friends before he relocated to another country. Now, let me tell you why I am telling you this story. You see, in life, you never know who could be your destiny helper. You never know who could be your destiny helper. And also, One turn always deserves another. Do good to people without expecting anything in return. When you want to do good for people without expecting anything in return. I gave that guy money without expecting anything in return. I never knew that guy could be my destiny helper. You see, this life is full of mysteries you never can tell. Don't look down on anybody. That guy was very small and he looked insignificant, but he was my destiny helper. Well, guys, I want to bring this video to an end. My name is Rodi. And wherever or whenever you have an opportunity to show kindness or render kindness to somebody, do that for the person if you can. You never can tell. Do that for that person if you can. Well, this is the end of this video. My name is Rodi. Follow my page for more educational videos. See you in my next video.